Hey up and welcome back to part 4 of the Journeyman save on Football Manager 2024. We are back with Solihull. We played a lot of games off camera. You can see them now. So after the 1-1 draw to Southend, we went away to Barnet and we lost 1-0. We actually ended up playing the final, I think it was like 20 minutes with 10 men after Beck and Clark both got injured. And we'd run out of subs, so we ended up with 10 men. They got a late goal, 90 plus 6. It was disappointing. And that resulted in us then following it up with a 1-1 draw with Wildstone. Again, Mark Beck being out for a while. And during this period, we've gone through a bit of an injury and fitness crisis. Games have been coming thick and fast. So yeah, the 1-1 draw with Wildstone was disappointing. We then had FC United and Manchester in the first round of the FA Cup proper, and we won 3-0, a penalty from Warburton, Katie Craig and Jack Stevens. Wasn't a great performance, and it was really showing off the downturn of form that we were suffering. We then went away to Dagenham, and we got absolutely hammered. And the stats weren't hammering, but we could not handle the style that Dagenham played. They went 1-0 up through Conor Lawless. He hit a shot. Kovacevic made a save and it literally fell straight back to him and he just drilled it in. One of the big tactics that Dagenham were using were long throws. And anyone who's been around the channel for a while knows that when we did the Dagenham save, we exploited long throws. Yeah, at Solihull, we can't defend them. And Connor then got a second goal with a header. He's 5'8". Freddie Sears then put him 3-0 up ahead from a goal kick and gave Elliot no cheese or just ham a assist from a goal kick that sailed over our back line and he then scored. And then a late throw in stoppage time resulted in another header for Conor Lawless and a 4-0 defeat. We then played Maidenhead, and we weren't particularly bad in the game, but as you can see, we went 1-0 down through a David Omalabu goal. I'm pretty sure it was from a corner. We've been pretty poor at set pieces. Warburton got a penalty back, and then Toby Silva ran the show and got another 2 goals, and we were poor again. Mark Beck also picked up another knock in this game. So that I had to come off the game at that point. I had to rethink some things. And so we decided to go with a new tactic. And this Gateshead game was the first game we did it. We got a 2-0 win from Warburton and Connor Barrett. It wasn't particularly convincing, but it kind of stopped the rot of no winning 5 in the league. And we are very much playing players out of position to fulfill this tactic. We then went to Altrincham and swept them away with a 3-0 win. First half, we probably could have been a few goals up, but Maycock got a goal in the 45th and then Barrett in the 83rd to really seal the win. And then we've just played a 0-0 with Halifax in which nothing happened. I don't think there was a single highlight, but as you can see, we've played 3 games in a week and the squad were tired. A lot of rotations happened. And yeah, so now we're back for the Sutton and the Oxford game. We got Sutton in the FA Cup. It's not ideal. And tactically, we are now set up like this. So we're going with a standard 4-2-3-1 with Clark playing as an inverted fullback so that he forms a back 3 and it allows Newton to bomb forwards. Kelly, our striker, who's not particularly a left winger, is playing as an inside forward, so it's and we've seen some success from him kind of drifting in and Newton bombing past. Ben is playing as a right winger. He's not happy about it in any way, shape or form. Every game it's like he's fuming. We're playing Osborne as an anchor and it's working, but he's not putting in great performances, so we may look at changing that to a ball winning. And then we've got Labadie as the deep line playmaker. Warburton has taken up this role as an attacking midfielder. And we've got Beck, who's still still recovering from injuries. Played the last couple of games, but it's been 45 minutes at a time. I think he can play 75 this game. Him playing as a target forward to try and bring it in. Not a lot of instructions. It's very much just let's go with this. It's about counter football, getting back into position when we lose it. And one of the big things that's come from the past couple of games is we're not holding possession very well. We're letting them have the ball and it's working for us. So we're going to continue with this for a little bit. But yeah, we have Sutton, who are a League Two side. It wasn't a draw we wanted. And that leaves us in 7th place in the league. But if Bromley beat Rochdale, they'll leapfrog us. Okay, so here is the lineup we're going to go with. We're going to go with Kovacevic in goal, Clark, Barrett, Craig, Newton, Osborne, Maycock, Ben Omra at the right wing, Warburton in behind, Josh Kelly and Mark Beck, bench of Simkin, Gordon, Morrison, Labadie, Mafata, Torrage, Scott, Stevens and Cogbo. It is so nice having like a massive bench. The risk of going into the next round and not getting another... Oh, he's just got into the team. Barrow has been in really good form lately, so he's just got back into this team. And now we're seeing him go down with a potential foot injury. It's not going to help us, but we've got our first highlight of the game after 32 minutes here, and it's been whipped in, and it's scored by Damani Mella. It's an absolute dreadful goal to concede from a throw-in, and it's just a cross that goes in, and there's got to be question marks on the fact that Maycock is in position to get that, and then Casket has gone into him and he's no longer there. But it's okay. Oh no, now it could be an onslaught, and this could really wreck our confidence that we've just started building back up. Sawunmi here, Eastmond, Sawunmi. We're not going to press him because that's not what Beck does. It's a ball over the top, and Kovacevic does well. Kashkit's showing that he's probably got the beating of our centre backs for pace. Ball out here wide, good header out, and we're just second to every ball at the minute. And that, if that doesn't sum up a lot of the goals we concede here, as a shot is deflected straight into the path of the attacker. It's a big deflection, and it just falls straight for Coley, who reacts quicker than Newton. And that is 2-0. That's disappointing by Kovacevic, because there's been a couple of games... Oh, really? Is that... Oh. There's just no words. Kovacevic has shown in the past few games that he's really good. He's had some really good distribution. It's a needless clearance upfield. And then we're being beaten by Route 1. As a team, we should not be getting beaten by Route 1 here. A big kick downfield. Katie Craig doesn't even jump for it. And then Morrison just doesn't even follow his man. And it's just poor. Right, ball out here to Coley up against Newton. We win that. Warburton to Osborne. Back to Warburton. He's picked up a nice little gap in between. Back to Ben. Ben gets a goal. Oh, he's flagged offside. The ball was... Sorry, are we not getting a replay of that? All right, 51st minute, and we are making all 4 remaining subs. Oh, what a save by the keeper. And we're going to see... Gordon's coming in. Craig's moving to left back. Rochon Scott, the new signing. I forgot to talk about Rochon. We'll talk about him after the game. Ronaldo, Taraj, and Cargbo are all coming on. What's he going to do with it? He's going to go to Osborne, Taraj, to Scott. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, it was so good. Right up until the end to Gordon. Look at all the space out here to Craig. Thank you. Gets it to Craig's. An awful ball. What a knockdown by Hamzid Cargbo there for Taraj to get a consolation as a fan. See, this is the thing. We can play some really good football. And with this switching style, we have played some fantastic football. The cross is awful, but Cargbo does so well to keep it in play and knock it down to Taraj. But as a general rule... Come on! Potential arm injury. In one game, we've lost 2 players. Again. This isn't the first time this has happened. This is now multiple times throughout this season where in a game, we have lost more than 1 player in a game. Okay, so we have lost Josh Harrop, who was on trial and was someone I was looking at next season. Is that what he went for? That's so annoying. Because I was like, we can't afford him. Okay, so here is your lineup for the game against Oldham, and things you don't want to see just before a game against top of the table is your goalkeeper and your right winger both getting the flu and being sent home. So Simkin makes his return to the lineup. Clark comes in at right back. He's played right back the entire time. Gordon comes in at centre back to partner Craig. Newton at left back. Osborne and Maycock take up your midfield roles. Scott makes his first start for the club with Warburton and Josh Kelly playing in behind Mark Beck. On the bench we have Moreira, who is a greyed out goalkeeper because we only have 2. Morrison, Labadie, Taraj and Carbo, who is back and can play about 75 minutes. Warburton does well to pick that up. Kelly to Beck. Get him back! Get in! Simkin is at fault for the goal, but he goes along with it. Beck doesn't get it, but Warburton picks it up and then just lays it to Kelly, who outside of the boot to Beck, and then in between the defender's legs. Kelly is a better winger than he is a fucking striker. All right, it's a free kick, and you know that Osborne is going to sky this. Ooh, oh, yeah, the post. Scott loses the ball there. All right, Newton with a throw-in. 12 minutes in. Warburton to Newton to Kelly. Tries to get it there. Bragg picks it up. I can't think of what his name is. I'm pretty sure he's the guy that played for Dagenham. It was really clever by Scott there. Does well. Keeps it in play. Back to Clark. Goes to Scott, who loses it. Did Bragg play for Dagenham? Why am I so distracted by this? Oh, Beck, how have you skied that? It wasn't Bragg. He didn't play for Dagenham. I'm thinking of someone completely different. And the ball out here to Newton. Goes to Kelly. Newton, you're on attack roll, right? Make the run. Round the corner to Kelly. Pulls it across. Beck should have a hat-trick. We're 15 minutes in and Beck should have put us 3-0 up. It's an absolute howler by the keeper and he somehow got away with it and he comes and collects that. Big Magnus Norman, their goalkeeper. All right, 25 minutes in and this is one of them games that we're gonna suffer because we haven't killed the game off yet. Hobson in there to Lundstrom, out to Shelton to Fondup. Lundstrom. And Clark intercepts that. Sean round the corner to Warburton. To Kelly. Kelly to beat his man. He does. And that is fantastic finish by Josh Kelly there. Oh, my God. As I said, I feel like he's more involved on the wing. Warburton does well. I thought he'd missed a pass to Beck there. But Kelly then cuts inside. And it's a blinding finish. As a general rule, I'm kind of still working out who I want to take with me into the next season. Kelly on the wing here might actually be giving me some food for thought. Going into the final 4 minutes plus stoppage time. Kitchlin out here to Kuto to Shelton. Fondup in behind Golden. And Gordon has been shown a second yellow card and will take an early shower. Corner to Oldham. And they're going to get a goal back through Liam Hogan. And we have now gone from a game where we were in complete control to conceding from another set piece. And these final 5 minutes of stoppage time, wherever they've come from, are going to be pain. But we just about see it through. It's a 2-1 win. Gordon really let the side down. It was a needless yellow card and all. I'm pretty sure the guy was offside. Kelly getting man of the match in this game. All right, so if we look at the schedule, I think we will probably be back for the Dagenham and Gateshead games. Gives us, we've got the FA Trophy, but realistically, does anyone care about the FA Trophy? So I think we come back midway through January. Stearman would have left, so I will have an extra £1,000 in wages to play with. So I imagine we'll see a few changes. Ideally, I want to start making the changes for what this team will be next season. But as it stands, the board won't negotiate a new contract with me. So, yeah, we'll come back for the 20th of January when we play Dagenham at home. And hopefully we can rectify that 4-0 smashing they gave us. But that is going to be the end of the episode. If you enjoyed this episode, please make sure you smash that like button down below. And if you're new channel, hit the subscribe button to keep up to date with the fact that this has been consistent so far. Touch wood, it continues that way. But thank you very much for watching. I have been Justin, and you have had just enough.